Welcome, Amanda here with Crafting with Amanda, and today I am doing a layout with parts of the In Full Bloom paper kit that's with Close to My Heart is featuring this month. These are 3 photos from when we visited California for the first time, and it happened to correspond to our oldest having a birthday. And at first I wasn't sure what papers I was going to use. I had pulled out these photos, I thought they'd be great to use, and I had these leftovers of the In Full Bloom on my desk, and as I was looking at them, there was the blue in the background, and then the plate itself kind of brought in that shortbread color, and so one of the flowers on the In Full Bloom had that, and it was really funny. I was just like, this isn't, kind of the paper that I would have normally picked for it, but I was happy it was on my desk, and I love this paper, so I thought I would try to do a less frilly layout. There's still going to be some flowers on it. Thankfully, our oldest is fine with that. He loves all things. So I was marking there. I decided I wanted to do a little bit of mixed media. I found this sketch from Page Maps, and it doesn't have any on, but I kind of wanted to just do some playing. And originally I'd gotten my paints out and I was really playing with the watercolors, and that didn't work. And so I guess this isn't truly a mixed media. It just gives that mixed medium, I'm saying the wrong word. It gives the feel for that. And I'm using this Perfectly Imperfect pattern stamp. And my tip for the future self in doing a video is to go further up than you think you really want to go. Because I ended up having to come back and add some more to that bottom section. And then I don't know what happened to my camera, I apologize, but it cuts out here, and so now I'm coming back in and I'm doing the rest of my shimmer brush splattering after I did the moon dust kind of with a palette knife, just did some moon dust. And to get that same color of the desert rose into this cardstock or this paper pack, I just took my blending brush and the ink, and I'm just doing the centers of the flowers. Like I said, it's just going to kind of add that color not only into the stickers, but you can change or tint any of this to make it work for your projects. I'm really starting to embrace, and I know this might sound funny to some, that a sketch is something that you should use as a tool. Your inks, your colors, the papers are things that you should use. And that, yes, they can shape what you create, but they're there for you to mold and do. So here I'm just taking the edge of this In Full Bloom paper and I'm just doing the desert rose on the edges of it. And you don't really see it. It's not like oh wow, but when it wasn't there, it was missing. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but it was just a nice added feature. And then these Edison bulbs are the zip strip or the branding strip from a couple of the pages. And I'm leaving a border between the photo and the pattern paper just because I think that the shortbread base is a good kind of matte for these photos. And if you notice, there was a hole cut out in the middle of my base page, and that's how I got the paper to make this tag. I've had to pack up my studio for the most part, and I have limited supplies, and I just couldn't justify cutting up a whole piece of cardstock for one little tag. So I just cut out where I knew it wasn't going to be seen. And all the tag says is that Daniel had never had a souffle before, and so that's what he chose as his birthday treat when we were at the Yard House, I think in the Burbank area. We went to a couple different ones because we just found that we really liked it. So I'm looking here on the sticker sheet to see what else I can bring in. I wanted to kind of have a balance of that lagoon color, and so that's why I pulled this sticker off. It's a Good Life has more of a glacier or a second generation of that lagoon, but the photo itself has that brightness in there. So I'm just putting these stickers down, and I don't know if you've done this before, but I don't push them all the way down so that if I need to adjust them later, I can. And here I'm going to bring in some more of that lagoon color cardstock, and this is just a scrap of paper that I had. Again, I saved my scrap bin. The bigger pieces of cardstock go with in a folder by color, and they stay with my Cricut cart. And then this kind of bucket of scrap paper that I have is pattern papers and smaller pieces of cardstock, a lot of the glitz and some, one-off Cricut cuts of lattice and that are all in there. And so I just grabbed that and am using those pieces to just enhance my layout. And again, that gives you the balance of that lagoon color on two places on the page. And I grabbed these wooden flowers. I'm absolutely loving these. And at first I couldn't figure out where I wanted to put it, so I'm moving the sticker over, and then I'll add the wooden one right in the center. And I do use the green lidded Tombow glue for that, because when it dries a little tacky. And so it seems like with sequins and the acrylic embellishments, or the plastic embellishments, along with the wooden embellishments, that they just stay on better if the glue is a little pliable when it's dry. So I'm just playing where I want to put these, and apparently I have a little glue on my hand because it stuck to it, but once these dries, these stay right on. And I'm really excited about how quick this layout came together, kind of getting to use some fun supplies that I had kept out, and it's kind of nice. It helps me justify what I kept out, because all of these things I need to decide which of them is going to go on the plane, or which of them are going to go on the plane with us as we move into kind of a temporary housing situation in our move coming up this summer. So I'm auditioning which things are going to take a priority and which things will end up in storage probably for a couple months. So we'll just see how that goes. And I am taking the brushed gold sequins. I ended up putting a polished gold one or a shiny gold one, and I end up replacing that in a little bit, which again is kind of nice because when I pull it off, that glue is still tacky and pliable, so it just comes right off, and I can swap it out for one of the brushed gold ones. And I lost the bag, actually got ripped in the packing up of my stuff. So my husband likes Trident orange gum, and he had this container and he was gonna put it in the recycle. I'm like, wait, this is perfect. So I snagged that for my sequins holder for now. So not necessarily a lot of techniques on this page, but as you can tell, it takes very little paper to create a layout that's ready to go in the album. Some stickers, a tag, some wooden flowers, and it's all good to go. So here's a close-up of that layout. I hope I'm changing up my schedule a little bit, and I'm going to do my cards on Tuesday and layouts on Sundays and Fridays. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'm getting really close to a big milestone, so I would love if you could join us. Here's another video you may be interested in. I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you.